We've all heard it before. Pagans or atheists or people who aren't Christian will love to throw out their TikTok education at us and tell us that the date of the 25th of December was taken from pagan traditions. They even claim that it came from the festival Saturnalia. Now, like most parents, I let my kids have social media. I let them have TikTok. However, unlike most parents, my kids know not to take history lessons from anybody on TikTok. And if they do hear a claim, they ought to check it. It is not to get an education. So in this video today, what I want to do is I want to demonstrate to you why this is a false narrative that the Christians took the date of the 25th from the Romans or the Greeks. I'm going to show you that Christians held this tradition of Jesus' birth on the 25th before the pagans ever had the date of the 25th set.
Well, Saturnalia was a pagan festival celebrated in the Roman Empire. They used to celebrate him from December 17th to December 23rd. And then, of course, once the Romans became Christian, they tried to Christianize this festival. And so they get all these partying and having fun, and they tried to clean it up and make it around Jesus' birthday. Also, there was, Sol Invictus, celebrating the birth of the sun, and Mithranism, and all this mixed in.
So this guy in the TikTok video is speaking about something he obviously hasn't done his research on. But to other people and the young kids or teenagers who are watching this, it sounds convincing, and therefore they'll go regurgitate this same rhetoric. And what he's saying is not historically accurate. This is why I encourage my kids to stay away from people who are trying to talk about history on TikTok. However, he's wrong. This is false. There is no truth to it. And now I'm going to explain why. There is zero historical evidence to support this claim. See, the date of the 25th comes from the early Christian church trying to calculate the birth of Jesus. They took a early Jewish tradition from the Talmud of a prophet dying on the day he was conceived, and since they chose March 25th as the date, add 9 months, and you get December 25th. Conception, March 25th, death, March 25th, add 9 months, December 25th. So even the early church fathers placed the date of Jesus at December 25th. Hippolytus and Clement, among other early church fathers, acknowledged Jesus Christ to be born on December 25th, and this was in the early 200s AD. So how do we get this pagan nonsense that we stole December 25th from the pagans? So around the end of the 3rd century, the Romans were still persecuting Christians. There are many instances in history where the Romans would try to erase Christianity by getting rid of manuscripts, killing church fathers, trying to erase historical sites, taking Christian dates and making it theirs. And this is exactly what the Roman Emperor Aurelian did. He took the date of Sol Invictus and moved it to coincide with the Christian holy day. And it wasn't until the Emperor Constantine, with the Edict of Milan, made it tolerable for Christianity to be practiced that Constantine then wanted to right some wrongs, who made the clear date of Christmas. Now, does this prove that Jesus was born on the 25th? Absolutely not. Nowhere in the Bible does it say Jesus was born on the 25th, and even today, scholars do not know what day Jesus was actually born. However, this does demonstrate that Christians were using this tradition and looked at the 25th as a holy day long before Emperor Aurelian ever made the date of Sol Invictus to coincide with the Christian holy day, therefore proving that the Christians did not take the date of the 25th from the pagans, but the pagans actually took the date of the 25th from the Christians. So after the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, where the Romans had conquered the Jews, Jerusalem laid in ruins till about 130 AD. Now this is around the time where the Roman Emperor Hadrian had come along and built a new city, a pagan city, over the ruins of the former Jewish city, and he renamed it Aelia Capitolina. Now the Emperor Hadrian had to find a place within the city to build his main temple, main place of worship. And again, to insult the Christians, he picked a spot where Jesus' tomb was said to be and where people had worshipped that site. And he dedicated that site to the god Jupiter. And then at the site of the crucifixion, where Jesus was said to be crucified and the early Christians had worshipped that spot as well, Hadrian had built a temple over that site as well, and he dedicated that site to the goddess Venus. The Romans were constantly trying to erase Christian history by renaming and rebuilding over their holy sites. So it's no wonder why Emperor Aurelian would choose the date, the 25th, to worship his sun god, the Sol Invictus. This is why it's important to check everything that you hear, to read books, look at the history, look at the ancient manuscripts, check to see if the sources are reliable, and then draw your conclusion. But to simply say things because you've heard them or they've been passed down orally through centuries does not mean it's true. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. God bless.